Alright, since obviously you know MTA Roblox is going on break, or they are already on break, I decided to work on a few videos, quote, normal videos. So the other day, the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, I don't know why I struggled on that, have made 14 new improvements that may happen to get to LaGuardia Airport faster. We're gonna let you know all those things. So the first image shows the Q70 LaGuardia Link Select Bus Service, and what they're doing is they're adding possible dedicated bus lanes on the Brooklyn Queens Expressway East. Now, I've been on Brooklyn Queens Expressway East like so many times. I know that it has 2 lanes, which is kind of weird. So I don't know why they would add bus lanes, but obviously it says possible. If you look through the satellite or street view on Brooklyn Queens Expressway East, there's only 2 lanes on each side. So that means they're going to take down one. That means you can only use one. That would be kind of weird. Also, the interchange from the Grand Central Parkway to Brooklyn Queens East, that tunnel is very, very small. I don't know how they're going to do that, but probably not. And obviously, there's going to be the Interborough Express, which, if you haven't caught up or have even living under a rock, Governor Hochul is planning on doing an Interborough Express for residents to get from Queens to Brooklyn a lot faster. It will expand from Jackson Heights to Bay Ridge. All right, let's move on to the next one. Now, this one is the M60, which I don't see any new changes, except, yeah, I don't see any new changes right now. Anyway, we'll move on to the next one, but this is a new bus. It's a rapid transit route, and it's one of them, actually, and this runs between the Astoria Boulevard station and the LaGuardia Airport. So it looks like it will not serve the Marine Air Terminal, Terminal A. It will only run from Astoria Boulevard, and it will loop around Terminals B and C. Now, this is literally just the M60, except it just doesn't go to the Marine Air Terminal, which the M60 does. Moving on, it's another rapid transit route which operates between LaGuardia Airport and Astoria Ditmars Boulevard Station with the N and W. Now, this time, this route goes through Terminal A. There's going to be a dedicated bus lane on 19th Avenue. There will be no stops between Terminal A and Astoria Boulevard and Astoria Ditmars Boulevard. To be honest, I don't really think these rapid transit routes are necessary, but maybe this one can work. The previous one we just saw, I'll pull up an image of it. It's literally just the M60 route, which is literally a waste of buses and like a waste of time and waste of people. Now here's another rapid transit route, which is literally the forget I literally said anything, but this is literally the Q66 and the Q72 combined. So basically, it runs between LaGuardia Airport Terminals B and C, runs on 94th Street, also Junction Boulevard, and then turns right onto Northern Boulevard and runs all the way to Broadway for the Northern Boulevard station serving the M&R trains. So you're going to see a dedicated bus lane on 94th Street, Junction Boulevard, and Northern Boulevard. Actually, maybe I kind of like this. This is a very good way for buses to get through Northern Boulevard between 94th Street and 46th Street. Actually, I don't know what street it's on, but somewhere around 50 to 60. Now, here is kind of an air train, but I don't know. I guess you could probably say it's like an air train, but probably not. But basically, this will operate between Terminal C and then stop at Terminal B, and then it will elevate across Grand Central Parkway, Brooklyn Queens Expressway East, and then elevate across the Brooklyn Queens Expressway, and then end at 61st Street Woodside Station, connecting with the Q53, the Q70, a bunch of buses I don't even know, Q18, Q32, you could probably name them all, Long Island Railroad, and the 7 train. This is probably not going to happen since they're going to have to build more tracks on the Grand Central Parkway, Brooklyn Queens Expressway East, and then 55th Street. Now, I'm looking at Google Maps right now. 55th Street is part of like some cargo train tracks that's supposed to connect. I think that's what's supposed to connect with, but I don't know. Then there's this big cemetery in the way of the big triangle, so I have no idea how that's gonna work. Alright, so this one is actually the original air train that was planned, but unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna happen. It's been like, I don't know, like 7 years since they said it on the news. Originally proposed by Cuomo, so I don't think it's gonna happen. But we'll let you know, this is basically, it starts at the Willits Point Station and ends at Terminal B, crossing the Grand Central Parkway. Now, on the bottom right, it says something about OMSF, and I'm searching that up right now. It's a key that's on the previous page. It stands for Operations, Maintenance, and Storage Facility, which is used to store construction, equipment, and material. I don't know why they need that, but apparently they do. And then it connects to the 7. This was the original planned air train, as I said earlier. Now, this one is an even longer one, which literally is the Grand Central Parkway. It follows the Grand Central Parkway, and then a little bit of the Van Wyck Expressway. So it operates between Terminal B and then Terminal C, and then to Jamaica Station. Here's another quote air train that is going to be planning to work. So it's gonna serve Terminal C, Terminal B, and then elevate across Grand Central Parkway, and then end at the Astoria Boulevard station. I'm pretty sure this is literally just the M60, but it's a little bit slower. Oh, no, I'm at the M60 that's slower. Alright, and here is another light rail, which is literally the Q70, except it doesn't serve Woodside, but it basically serves Terminal C, Terminal B, and then it goes on the Grand Central Parkway, Brooklyn Queens Expressway East. Now, this one's a little bit different. It only serves 74th Street, Roosevelt Avenue, instead of 61st Street like earlier. Now, I've been hearing a lot of people say this like a million times. I'm not even joking. I hear like so many people talk about this. They want the N and W trains to extend to LaGuardia Airport. Now, I'm not joking. I've heard this like so many times, like from a lot of people. It's not my first time hearing this. They want the W to go to Ditmars Boulevard, and the N train to go onto Terminal C and Terminal B. So basically, at 30th Avenue Station, they're going to split. W is going to go. It's going to be an elevated track stacked on top of existing track. So I don't know how many tracks there are. I have to open the track map. Alright, this is a big problem. I'm looking at it right now. As you go, I rode the N train once to Astoria Ditmars Boulevard, but there was literally like an R68 literally in the middle of the track, so I couldn't really see anything. But this is a big problem because there's only one middle track. It's not like the one you see on the D where there's 2 express tracks and 2 local tracks. Unless they like build another set of another track that's literally in the middle, that's probably not going to work. Because if you don't know how they're doing this, they're basically putting the 2 middle tracks and they're going up and then onto the Grand Central Parkway. That's what they're planning on doing. Unless it's just one track and I'm going crazy, that means there's probably going to be a lot more traffic, unless what I'm thinking is wrong. Unless they're probably just going to use one track that goes up and then they're going to split up at Grand Central Parkway. That's probably going to happen, probably not. But what I'm looking at here is the track that's going onto LaGuardia Airport is not stopping at Astoria Boulevard, even though it's going to turn onto it. Now, here's another diagram of both the N and W going to LaGuardia Airport. They're going to keep going on 31st Street, elevated, and they're going to turn right onto 19th Avenue and onto Terminals B and C. They're not going to stop at Terminal A. Now, what I think they should do is they should probably add a stop at 31st Street and 19th Avenue or by the Rikers Island Bridge. This way, you can serve more Astoria residents. That way, they don't have to go all the way around and back down. I really like these new proposals. Let's see the next one. Listen, I'm not a ferry nerd, so I don't know how this works, but basically they're going to have 2 new ferries go from East 90th Street currently right now, and then they're going to go to Terminal A or Terminal C, crossing across the Rikers Island. I literally have no idea what this is, but I'm just going to read what it says on the top, which is, this study also includes an evaluation of innovative and emerging technologies that could be applicable, such as narrow tunnels with electric vehicles, fixed skyways with group rapid transit, autonomous shuttles or buses, personal rapid transit, individual or small group pod systems. Which one do you guys like better? I prefer the N&W. This could serve Astoria residents very well. My least favorite is probably the one with the shuttle bus that goes from Terminal B and C to Astoria Boulevard Station, which is literally the M60. I do like the rapid transit one that goes to Northern Boulevard, which runs on Junction Boulevard and 94th Street and Northern Boulevard. That has a dedicated bus lane, which means Q66 buses can go a lot faster, and so can QM2, QM3, QM20, and QM32 buses as well when they're heading back to Queens. Yeah, what do you guys like? What do you guys like about this? I'll send you guys. There's gonna be the link to this down in the description. You guys can check out these images if you want. But yeah, I'll see you next time.